Would you guys like to know how much this drive-thru coffee shop makes? It'll surprise you. Stick around to find out. On today's episode, we are interviewing Sandy Edin, who bought a struggling drive-thru coffee shop and turned it into a successful business. She started as a barista in college. After 7 years, she got a management position. Then in 2010, she bought Shots to Go. How does someone start their own coffee shop like this? Is it better to buy an existing location? What's some crucial equipment to have?
I go through probably 1 to 2 microwaves a year.
Today, she's going to share some strategies and answer questions about how she got started, how she evaluated this business before she purchased it, the biggest business mistakes she made, and most importantly, what advice she has for those looking to start their own coffee shop. You sell a cup of coffee. What's your profit margin? What's your monthly overhead as of today? What about marketing for Shots to Go? What are you doing today to market, if anything? What's your budget?
And I'm averaging on a monthly basis.
Make sure you subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos. And please, espresso some enthusiasm by liking this video, and let's go talk to Sandy. All right, let's go meet Sandy, the owner of Shots to Go here on Meridian in Bellingham. Is this the right place?
This is the right place.
Are you Sandy?
Yes, I am.
Good to meet you, Sandy.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise, we're looking forward to sharing your story. And why don't we just dive into it?
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and why you ended up buying Shots to Go and kind of the history behind that a little bit.
I've actually been doing coffee for, it'll be almost 28 years this year. I started when I was 18. When I started college, I started in a little kiosk. Worked in coffee all the way through college. In 2000, I started managing another coffee place called Espresso to Go out in Custer. It is now a pot shop. And then got another management position up at what is, it's called Newgrounds now, but it used to be Rocket Coffee. Managed there for a couple of years. The guy who delivered our coffee there told me about this place being for sale. My mom and my grandmother and myself were able to pull the money together to buy it, and I didn't have to take a bank loan out.
Nice.
It is a turnkey. It was built in 2005, and it was just right time, right place. And being that I'd managed for 10 years, I knew the running of the place.
Gotcha. Cool operation. Show us maybe the equipment. I think that's important to know for coffee shops. So what's some crucial equipment to have in order to run a smooth operation here?
Double door fridge.
Double door fridge, okay.
Depending, I get milk deliveries twice a week, so this thing gets packed full. You want your freezer, especially if you do, like we have hard ice cream shakes. This guy has been great. True freezers, fridges are generally some of the best.
The top choice?
Like this one has been here since I bought the place, and I've only had to have it repaired maybe 2-3 times in 10 years. I just got this guy. I actually only paid $700. He was refurbished.
And it's a fridge, right?
And it's a
People can't
fridge,
see on the
double
other
door.
end.
So this is where we keep all our breakfast.
Yeah, so all the goodies
All our
and
breakfast
food
stuff in.
stay
Yeah,
right inside
so
there, you
that's
guys.
where all that is at.
Why refurbished? I mean, obviously you get a better price, but
Totally.
you feel like the quality still...
this brand new would be $4,000 to $5,000.
Wow, you got it for what?
Yeah.
You got it for $700?
I got it for $700 out the door. Usually refrigeration companies, a lot of times they'll have these or other items that you can get for a lot cheaper.
Looking for a small business loan to get the funds you need? We've recently partnered up with some of the top-rated business lenders. If you have a business and need a loan, then visit upflip.com/business-loans. You can look at all the business financing solutions. You can compare different lenders side by side and get the funding you need to keep your business growing.
Like I said, this is the bacon cheddar bagel. We do premium bagels, which are a little bit bigger, a little more expensive, but we have like variety like bacon cheddar, we have cheddar herb, jalapeno cheddar, Swiss everything, super good.
Who bakes them? Who delivers, or do you go pick up?
These ones are it's called Seattle's Favorites. It's a company down in Seattle, and they actually overnight everything fresh to us. So we just call, put our order in, it's here the next day.
Do you have any kind of hot sauces that you have on the side, or
we have
anything?
like a salsa is all we have, because we have for the burritos, but
look at all that cheese. So look at this, pretty delicious. You've got bacon bits all around. They're kind of infused with the cheese in the bagel. So it's pretty good. Try not to burn my tongue here with the hot cheese.
I'm just gonna get some of this refrigerated stuff away.
Oh wow, that was good.
We have people that come through just for food. They won't come through for drinks.
I mean, the bacon bits and then the egg and the bagel.
And it's everything.
No cream cheese needed, huh? You guys make sure you always keep the cameraman well fed. So here's his piece. Here you go, Nick. Enjoy it. All right, you guys, I just came to Cash and Carry. There's Sandy. She's going to take us inside and we're going to do some shopping. So let's go check it out. All right. So what are we buying today? And tell us a little bit about what that adds up to on a weekly basis.
So this is where I get all my syrups, my chocolate, cups, lids, some of my produce and cheese and, everything. We do food as well as drinks. Weekly basis, I spend anywhere probably between, I'd say like around $1,000 to $2,000 a week, probably, just keeping things going.
Okay.
So chocolate,
Right
that
here?
is definitely the main source, right? Without
Nice.
that, no mochas.
You got it?
Oh, yeah. I provide probably around 75 different flavors.
Wow.
Caramel and white chocolate sauce, we use these.
More sugar?
Yes.
Do it. I'm going to get sugared up.
The sauces are used for, a lot of times we use the sauce on like our ice drinks. The caramel sauce is super popular. Caramel macchiatos,
Right.
you have your caramel lattes, the caramel fraps, that's what we use in that. We sticker our own cups. So I order in bulk 25,000 stickers at a time with our logo and our colors and everything. And then on slow times, down times, that's what the girls are doing, are stickering cups. And that's what we do.
Cost-wise, have you compared it to buying customized branded cups?
Customized, I kind of looked into, and it's quite a bit more pricey.
Because this one's 5.8 cents per each, basically.
Right.
So
And
6 cents per cup.
And then our stickers, we figure, I get 25,000 stickers for $600. So you figure barely pennies, yeah. And then you got your lids, you got your straw. So you're looking at, I'd say like around 20, between 15, 20 cents per cup, depending on the size. Cream cheese,
Okay.
We
Just a whole
go
box?
we go through 2 of those in, I'd say, 3 days. Because
3 days, okay.
we have, tons of bagels, and we have some really good bagels that we use.
I'm afraid to guess now, but you know what? Since I said I'm good at guessing,
Got to do it.
I would say you're probably in the 5.65 range. Maybe a little steep, but
I'm going to say $3.90.
you're gonna say 3.9. Okay. Well, we're done shopping for today, and you definitely came closer than my guess, guys. Check out the total here: $405.82. You guessed 3.90.
That's pretty close.
You know your stuff, Sandy. Let's go put this in the car.
Well, you got to figure there were some sales in there that I probably didn't know about, so that's why it was a little cheaper. Our breakfast sandwiches are amazing.
What's your best seller?
We have a couple. Well, we do croissants, we do English muffins, we do bagels.
Yum.
And it's, amazing.
Okay, well, we're going to go back to your shop.
All right,
and,
I'll see you there.
Continue sharing the story. What did you pay for this back in the day?
So 10 years ago, I paid $60,000,
Okay.
which the reason why I thought that was a really good deal is I mentioned earlier about trying to buy the Rocket Coffee at the time. He wanted $100,000, and there was no bathroom or septic or running water,
Gotcha.
which I have here. So I knew
The valuation here was
the valuation was definitely there. It was a good price.
good. You got the big attic there. Why don't we come up there with you?
Sure.
You bought this as a struggling business. What gave you the confidence that you can come in and improve on it?
It's the location, definitely. Being behind the gas station, you get people, I get truckers coming up that walk up. I get people that, they go and get a snack but want a real coffee. Who wants gas station coffee? That's always in a lot of people's heads. So we have drip coffee, so people come over here. And I've just had done it for so long, I just felt like I, could do it.
Having a gas station next door, you would say, helps a
Oh,
lot.
yes.
It does.
Yes.
Okay.
So for any business looking for, to build from, say, the ground up, location, corner
Right.
spots where there's easy access in and out. Having some other businesses around you generally help because you're going to have employees like Olive Rods. They all come over here for coffee all the time. So you definitely want to keep that in mind when you're looking for a place, for sure.
Okay, so you paid $60,000 for this, how many years ago?
10 years.
10 years ago. And what was revenue like when you bought it?
From
what was she doing?
I think they were only doing like maybe 120, maybe.
If that, maybe?
If that, yeah, I can't remember exactly what it was, but I know a lot of times when you purchase a place, it's like a percentage, especially since I lease.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought the business and not the building.
What's your lease payment?
So my lease payment now is $1,820. When I first bought it, it was $1,650. So my landlord has been awesome and not jumping up my increase.
So revenue was, around the 110 when you bought it. And tell us again what your goal is for 2020, 2021.
So 2020, we were at 280, 300,000. I'm hoping for 2021 to match that, and hopefully we get a little better.
I think you will. Place is amazing. Food is delicious. Curious about. Let's talk about overhead a little bit. What's your monthly overhead as of today?
So rent is $1,820. So utilities I pay probably with everything. I'd say around $700 to $800 for power, internet, phone.
Mm-hmm. So that's at $2,500.
So about $2,500. The girls maybe around $3,000 a month
for employees.
Yeah.
Okay.
So since I work so much, I only have those couple of girls at work.
Mm-hmm.
And then with all the product and stuff, you figure with everything I do, that's probably around another, I'd say $4,000 to $5,000 a month.
Yeah, because if you're doing $1,000 to $2,000 a week sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so you're at 55, so just under 10,000 to.
So, and I'd say around 10 to 12 for overhead.
Okay.
And I'm averaging on monthly basis, we've been doing between 25 and 34,000 a month.
24, okay. That's pretty
good. Yeah. I go through probably 1 to 2 microwaves a year because I use it so much and it burns out. Toasters.
Never seen those kind of toasters.
Yeah, I got these I actually had to get these online because it's hard to find a good toaster because I go through probably 4 to 6 toasters a year because they burn out.
So much use.
Yeah, so much use. So these ones are a little more expensive. They take a little bit longer, but hopefully they'll last a little bit longer.
What do these cost, Sandy?
These ones were each $125.
Okay.
So this guy was about $250.
Okay.
So
125 is pretty steep for a toaster.
yeah, you would never think to spend that much on a toaster. Ice machine, I just got this about 3-4 years ago. About $2,700 new.
Wow. You got the bun drip.
So,
what do those run usually?
I'm not sure. This is actually provided by my coffee supplier. So they gave this to me to use, but since I use their product. Mm-hmm. So, and same with the Pepsi fridges. So the 2 Pepsi fridges, because I use their products, they supplied both the fridges. Anybody getting started, check out who's supplying you, because a lot of times they'll give you deals for carrying their product.
How does someone start their own coffee shop like this? Can you, in general, break down the cost? Is it better to buy an existing location? Do you think it's better to just start from scratch?
It is. I mean, with all the equipment and everything that's in there, this place I would value at over $100,000 with all the equipment, all the product, and I bought it with pretty much everything in it.
Got quite the deal for
$60,000. Exactly. So, but if you go to build, be prepared to, if the building isn't already there and you have to actually build, then you're looking, a lot more. Now, if the building's already there, you could probably do a startup, I'd say, for, 75 to 100.
Something small like this.
Yeah. So, because just your coffee machine, your espresso machine will be between $7,000 and $10,000. So, just that one thing.
Right.
So you want to make sure to have enough and hopefully get good deals.
Right. Okay. By the way, you guys, just a quick snippet for you. If you are looking to buy a business or sell a business, you can do that on upflip.com. Check it out. You sell a cup of coffee. What's your profit margin?
I try to stay at say between 25 and 35%. So above. So and then some drinks are more and some drinks are less.
Well, let's touch on that. So what's the highest profit margin drink that you sell and lowest one?
I would say our highest profit is actually our Lotus energy drink. It's a concentrate similar to Red Bull, and you just add your flavor, ice, and club soda. And, so say for a 24 ounce, we charge, say $6.52, and my profit margin is probably around $3 on that drink.
Wow.
It's a really good seller for any coffee stand. So I would say, definitely look into that.
That's right. It's
With Red
the
Bull
natural energy
and
drink.
Red Bulls. Yeah, and it's
Gotcha.
natural. And Red Bulls are, a huge seller. A lot of places don't realize how big of a seller Red Bull is.
Just by itself individually?
No,
or
over the flavor and the ice.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah. People are addicted.
So that's the highest profit margin drink. What's the lowest?
The lowest profit would be, I'd say like the drip coffees or because I don't charge a lot for them. I try to keep them under price, so it gives some people. But the nice thing when you upsell people is like people will get a shot or a flavor or, so that will increase your profitability.
Gotcha.
It's the little things.
Blitz with Sandy. All right, first question. What's the most bizarre business encounter you've had?
One day I had this guy coming up and his car was making a really loud sound. He jumps out of his car at me. Give me a gallon of milk. Give me a gallon of milk. I need a gallon of milk right now. And I'm like, okay, here. Gave him a gallon. Pours it on himself. And I'm like, what the heck? He takes off. He's on all four of his tires are on the rims. He has no rubber left. He left a whole trail of rubber all the way out, went all the way over there. We called the cops. Well, supposedly he got pepper sprayed.
Oh, wow.
And the cops were like, what the heck?
Milk works.
Milk works, and that scared the living daylights out of me. I was on 911 immediately.
I bet. Next question. If you had the power, what would you do today to make one thing illegal?
I would make cell phones illegal completely while driving, because one of the biggest things I hate is when someone pulls up to my drive-thru, gives me the finger to hold on while they're on the phone.
Like, wait a minute. What's your least favorite experience in running your business?
The least favorite would be just lack of time to be able to take a vacation.
Okay. Yeah, keeps you busy.
I've only had one actual vacation of like 4 days in the 10 years I've had it. It is really hard to get away.
Wow.
I did have one planned. We were supposed to go to the Bahamas for 10 days in May, but it got canceled because of COVID.
Okay. Happened to all of us.
Yes.
What's one thing you would tell your younger version? Don't do this specifically.
For me, not to buy so many cars.
Not to
buy so many cars.
You have cars.
We have lots of cars.
Awesome. Oh, I like that.
I'm a car addict.
Okay. And then last but not least, let's just say aliens show up tomorrow. They shut every business down, and then you have to convince them to stay open. What would you tell them?
You need caffeine, man. You need caffeine.
I like that. What about marketing for Shots to Go? What are you doing today to market, if anything? What's your budget on that? And
I do small things. One of my biggest things that I do, I sponsor Deming Speedway, which is in Everson, Deming. And I spend, it's about $4,500 a year, and I have a big sign, and I get all the drivers that come through, and then I also sponsor drivers, and they put their name on, my name on their cars.
That gets smashed.
Oh yeah. It's but definitely missed it this year. But there's that, and then other things I do. I do a lot of sponsorships and donating to the schools. We're right in the middle of a Meridian school district. So I do when they come up and ask for money, I always give it. Like,
you're pretty generous.
Yes,
yeah. Comes back to you tenfold. Seems like.
It does. You got to spend money to make money. And if you don't do that, then you're not going to make anything. If you don't just put yourself out there and start just giving, and it comes back.
What's been your best month ever, and what do you think you did differently or to make it happen?
Well, our best month actually was this last December. We did probably close to 35 grand. A lot of it was because we were open through COVID the whole time. And people got to know that we were here. And once they tried us, they've been coming back. So we've got a lot of, I'd say, COVID clients because we were drive-through only, and that was our saving grace to be able to stay open. What was the other part?
Do you have any loyalty programs?
Yes, punch cards.
So you do, okay.
Yes, we have punch cards. It's just a simple paper card, 10 punches, and they get a free one. But we do like double punch Tuesdays. So if they come in every Tuesday, that fills their card up. And we do free flavor Fridays. So you can add a flavor and try something different every Friday.
Okay. Any size you can get on the free one? Or you limit that?
I usually try to get people to try to stay within the price range that they normally get. Okay. We do have 4 different colored cards, 4 different drinks. So we can kind of keep people honest, because sometimes you get some of the people who they order something that's $1.50, and then for their free one they want a $7 drink.
Yeah.
So we're trying to cut that out. So I don't want to have to raise my prices because people are wanting more than what they usually get.
Okay. Quickly, I want to touch on upselling. You know, in restaurants, that's typical. Hey, we got this on the menu. Would you like this? Would you like that? Does that happen here at the shop? How do you do it professionally, effectively? And
it's super easy. Like right now, I don't even have menus up, so we really have to upsell.
That's true.
So my girls are like, "Oh, hey, do you want a flavor in that? Did you want just say, oh, we have food. You want a bagel and muffins, scones, So you just try to see like, oh, is there anything else? You always ask that because people will be like. Yeah, and then you can kind of walk them through and help them out. The other thing, when they drive around, we have baskets of goodies sitting on the outside. So it's the site, oh, that looks good, and they'll just grab it.
It's outside on the other side. Okay.
Just on the thing. Yeah, you didn't see it. It's on the other side, but so having things for people to see is also a really good thing. So, and word of mouth has been good about our breakfast sandwiches. I have people that come through just for food. And they
just
know
because
we
they tried it once.
Just because they tried it once.
Their whole
and they
family
come back.
now wants to come visit.
Yeah.
People assume that, a busy coffee shop place makes a ton of money. Is that about an accurate statement? Not always?
I have people that think, oh, you must be rolling in it because, but I manage my money. I do manage my money. It is my only location. I'm not in it to make tons of money. That's why I can keep my prices down.
Right.
So to get, quality as well as, good price keeps people coming back.
And then your best month you said was what again in December?
December. So we did 35,000. It was a lot of work, but a lot of product went out, So you figure my overhead probably shot up on that month. I haven't done the numbers yet, being that it was just in December.
What would you think your net would be? Your net?
Probably my net on that month, I would say would be like maybe 10 to 15.
Okay.
So,
and
I stock everything away, and I try not to touch it just in case something breaks down or, some major catastrophe happens, or what if we get shut down because COVID?
Right.
Yeah,
that takes discipline, sounds like.
Yeah, you really have to be disciplined with your money.
Well, coffee's amazing, delicious, food's delicious, and your story is even more incredible than that. So thank you, Sandy.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.
Well, that's a wrap, you guys. I hope you really enjoyed us talking to Sandy, the owner of Shots to Go here in Bellingham. It's all about customer service. That's what really stood out to me. That's what keeps people coming back. So focus on that. Take care of your customers. Make sure you check out all other videos that we've got. Subscribe to our channel. Hit that like button. And thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you a ton.